Good evening and welcome. From the poignant echoes of history to the urgent headlines of today, we bring you the stories shaping our world. This is SR Edutainment, your trusted source for in-depth analysis and understanding of current affairs. Today, we journey across continents, delving into stories of remembrance, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of peace. We'll examine the somber lessons of the past as we mark the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. From conflict zones to environmental challenges, we'll explore the inspiring achievements of individuals breaking barriers. So join me as we navigate the complexities of our times together. The world pauses today, bearing witness to a solemn anniversary, the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau. It's a day that compels us to confront the horrors of the Holocaust, a genocide that systematically murdered 6 million Jews. Across the globe, from Auschwitz to the halls of power, world leaders, survivors, and citizens unite in remembrance. The haunting images of skeletal figures, the gas chambers, the crematoria, they serve as a chilling testament to the depths of human depravity. Yet amidst the grief, there's a growing alarm. Antisemitism is rearing its ugly head once more. From Europe to America, we are witnessing a disturbing surge in anti-Jewish sentiment. This anniversary is not just about remembering the past, it's about safeguarding the future. As we light candles in memory of the victims, let us also ignite a collective resolve to ensure that never again is not just a slogan, but a promise. In the embattled Gaza Strip, a fragile ceasefire has brought a tentative pause to the relentless cycle of violence. Displaced families are slowly beginning to return to their homes in northern Gaza. The scenes are heart-wrenching, mothers sifting through the rubble, children carrying salvaged belongings. The truce, brokered after intense international pressure, includes provisions for the release of prisoners. It also aims to facilitate the flow of humanitarian aid, desperately needed to address the dire conditions. But skepticism lingers. The scars of past ceasefires, broken promises, and renewed violence run deep. This ceasefire is just a first step, a fragile bridge over a chasm of mistrust and animosity. The people of Gaza deserve nothing less than a future free from fear and violence. From the heart of Australian democracy comes a resounding message of condemnation against the rising tide of antisemitism. Political leaders from across the spectrum have united in their denunciation of a recent surge in hate speech, vandalism, and harassment targeting Jewish communities. Prime Minister Naim, in a powerful address, declared that antisemitism, in all its forms, has no place in Australian society. This united front comes in response to a series of deeply disturbing incidents: swastikas daubed on synagogues, Jewish students harassed on university campuses. In a show of solidarity, community leaders, educators, and activists have joined forces to combat this dangerous trend. Educational workshops are being organized, public awareness campaigns launched, and interfaith dialogues initiated to foster understanding and bridge divides. A key focus of these efforts is on strengthening Holocaust education in schools. Australia is determined to confront this challenge head-on. The message is clear: anti-Semitism is an attack on the very fabric of Australian society. In the picturesque valleys of Kashmir, a unique conservation effort is underway to protect the region's iconic chinar trees. Over 29,000 chinar trees have been geotagged, each assigned a unique QR code that reveals a wealth of information about the tree. This digital initiative is aimed at raising awareness about the importance of these trees and involving the community in their preservation. Chinar trees, some centuries old, have witnessed the ebb and flow of history in Kashmir. But in recent decades, these gentle giants have faced growing threats from urbanization, pollution, and climate change. The geotagging project is part of a larger effort to monitor the health of these trees and implement timely interventions. It's also hoped that by making information about these trees easily accessible, it will foster a sense of ownership and pride among the local community. The initiative has been met with enthusiasm from residents and tourists alike. This innovative project in Kashmir is a testament to the power of technology when harnessed for conservation. Today we celebrate National Geographic Day, a tribute to exploration, discovery, and storytelling. This year's theme, Our Changing Planet, highlights the urgent impact of climate change. National Geographic's legacy of research and storytelling sheds light on these complexities. Their work documents melting glaciers and resilient communities. National Geographic Day is a call to action for better stewardship of our planet. Meet Smriti Mandhana, the rising star of Indian women's cricket. Her elegant stroke play and aggressive shot-making captivate fans. Mandhana's performances are stellar, cementing her as a top batter. Her impact extends beyond runs, inspiring young girls nationwide. Smriti Mandhana is a game-changer and a trailblazer. A devastating LPG truck explosion in the Pakistani city of Multan has claimed the lives of at least 15 people and left scores injured. The explosion, which occurred at a busy intersection, ripped through nearby buildings, engulfing vehicles in flames. Eyewitness accounts speak of chaos and carnage, with people running for their lives as debris rained down. Rescue workers and volunteers worked tirelessly through the night, sifting through the rubble in search of survivors. Hospitals were overwhelmed with the injured, with many battling for their lives. This horrific incident has once again exposed the vulnerabilities in Pakistan's transportation network. Questions are being raised about the safety protocols in place, the training of drivers, and the enforcement of regulations. The government has launched an investigation into the incident, vowing to hold those responsible accountable. This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the importance of prioritizing safety regulations and fostering a culture of accountability. The Philippines is grappling with a controversial decision by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to grant executive clemency to former Mayor Jed Patrick Mabalog. Mabalog, once a rising star in Philippine politics, was accused of corruption and links to the illegal drug trade. He fled the country in 2016, maintaining his innocence and claiming political persecution. The presidential pardon has sparked mixed reactions. Supporters hailed the decision as a victory for justice, while critics condemned it as a blatant act of political maneuvering. Legal experts have weighed in, with some arguing that the pardon power is a prerogative of the president, while others contend that it should be exercised judiciously. The controversy has also raised questions about due process and the right to a fair trial. The pardon has further polarized an already divided nation. The case has exposed the fault lines in the country's justice system and the challenges of upholding the rule of law. The Australian political landscape is abuzz with speculation as analysts and pundits try to predict when Prime Minister Name will call the next federal election. The magic date, whispered in the corridors of power, is April 12th. This strategic timing would give the incumbent party government a slight advantage. However, it's a gamble, as a late election also gives the opposition more time to mobilize. Both major parties are already in campaign mode, crisscrossing the country, holding rallies, and courting voters. The economy, healthcare, climate change, and cost of living pressures are shaping up to be key battleground issues. Public opinion polls paint a mixed picture, with the government and opposition neck and neck. The outcome of the election will likely hinge on a handful of marginal seats in key states. The stakes are high, with the future direction of the country hanging in the balance. Across the United Kingdom, a collective groan of anxiety is rippling through households as the energy price cap is set to rise again. The regulator's announcement has sparked outrage and despair, with many struggling to cope with soaring energy bills. The price cap has been steadily increasing, driven by a perfect storm of global factors. The latest hike is expected to push millions of households into fuel poverty. The government has announced a package of measures aimed at mitigating the impact on the most vulnerable. However, critics argue that these measures are mere band-aids, failing to address the root causes of the crisis. Opposition parties have seized on the issue, calling for more radical solutions. The energy crisis has exposed the deep inequalities in British society and the urgent need for a long-term sustainable energy policy. It's a call to action for governments, businesses, and individuals alike to prioritize energy efficiency and invest in renewable energy sources. And so, we come to the end of our journey through the day's most compelling news stories. From the solemn remembrance of the Holocaust to the fragile peace in Gaza, from the fight against antisemitism to the conservation of Kashmir's majestic chinar trees, we've traversed a landscape of human experience. The world is a complex and ever-changing tapestry, woven with threads of hope and despair, progress and setbacks. It's our duty, as citizens of this global village, to stay informed, to engage in meaningful dialogue, and to work together to build a more just, equitable, and sustainable future for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay tuned to SR Edutainment for more in-depth analysis and perspectives on the issues shaping our world. Until next time, good night.